Like, share, and subscribe. But again, like and subscribe to be automatically notified of more educational material. Be educated, be motivated, be smart, be in the know, and be ahead in the game. Subscribing to this channel will give you these advantages. Life can be looked upon as a game, so why not be in the know and be ahead in the game? Like, share, and subscribe. Selling cars, a step-by-step car selling guide for beginning used car dealers and entrepreneurs from a licensed car dealer's perspective. Stop. Don't do it the hard way. This book and video teaches people how to make money selling cars. Buy this book at Amazon.com under Books or Kindle Store for paperback, ebook, or audiobook. If you don't want to buy the book, just go to YouTube and type in Selling Cars entire YouTube free audiobook. Just remember to like and subscribe. You will be able to listen to the entire book for free. If you are already here, great. Now let's get started. I have been in the car business for approximately 18 years and have been a licensed car dealer and have run my own dealership and business for about 16 years. Therefore, I know this business very well. So, do not sell a used vehicle or enter the car business until you have read this very short and simple book. These business strategies and tactics are easy to remember and can be used for a lifetime. Be a winner in the car selling process and make thousands of dollars, and at the same time create a very satisfied and reliable long-term customer base. Here are some simple and quick must-know concepts for a car seller, dealer, dealership, or entrepreneur to understand to be able to sell a vehicle and or to be able to sell more vehicles to customers and to create a satisfied and reliable long-term customer base. As you are reading, remember this: there is nothing wrong with making a lot of money as long as you make it the right way. And it's not necessarily what you do, but rather how you do it. Again, I have been a successful car salesperson for about 18 years and a licensed car dealer for approximately 16 years. I have owned and ran my own dealership for about 14 years as well. Therefore, I know this business very well through my own experiences and can tell you what it takes to be successful in this business and how to maximize your money-making possibilities. This very short book will give you the absolute confidence from the beginning to the end of the car selling process of how to sell a vehicle and make thousands of dollars and create a very satisfied and reliable long-term customer base that will serve you well for a long time. This book is absolutely the way to minimize the price you pay for a vehicle and an absolute way to make sure you acquire quality vehicles and an absolute way to sell more vehicles and an absolute way to maximize the profit you make at the sale of the vehicle and an absolute way to get more customers and an absolute way to ensure you create a very satisfied and long-term customer base that will serve you well for a long time. If you do not know these concepts and car selling tips, you will certainly pay more for the price of the vehicle, and or you will be selling low quality vehicles and thus sell less vehicles, and or you will definitely make less profits, and or you will not have many satisfied customers, and or you will not be able to create a long-term satisfied customer base. Furthermore, this book is short and straight to the point. This book is also very simple to follow, and all the concepts are disclosed in a way that is manageable so you can master them easily and quickly and commit them to your memory or strategy and go into the car selling process with extreme confidence and make a lot of money and have a very happy and satisfied long-term customer base. These concepts and the explanations of these concepts will certainly put you at a better advantage and stimulate growth for your business. These concepts are a must-know. This book entails a very short and concise, but thorough, straight to the point, step-by-step guide to selling a car and or for selling more cars. And again, these business strategies and tactics are easy to remember and can be used for a lifetime. We will discuss quality, honesty, and integrity, how to buy a pre-owned vehicle, how to prepare the car for sale, how to market your vehicle, and how to engage and convince the customer to buy your quality vehicle. It's simple. No customers, no business. This is just common sense. A good quality business requires a good quality strategy. Therefore, do yourself a favor and purchase this book now. Congratulations, you have made a wise purchase. Like, share, and subscribe. Selling Cars, a step-by-step car selling guide for beginning used car dealers and entrepreneurs from a licensed car dealer's perspective. Stop. Don't do it the hard way. This book and video teaches people how to make money selling cars. Buy this book at Amazon.com under Books or Kindle Store for paperback, ebook, or audiobook. If you don't want to buy the book, just go to YouTube and type in Selling Cars entire YouTube free audiobook. Just remember to like and subscribe. You will be able to listen to the entire book for free. If you are already here, great. Let's get started. The title of this audiobook is Selling Cars, a step-by-step car selling guide for beginning used car dealers and entrepreneurs from a licensed car dealer's perspective. It is written by and read by me, Dr. Ezekiel Fierce Zeke. I am the author. The legal copyright date for this audiobook is February 24, 2022. There is a legal disclaimer notice. Please note the information contained within this audiobook is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Now let's go to the next section, which is the introduction, overview, and what you will learn in this book. Selling Cars. Introduction, overview, and what you will learn in this book. Be a winner in the car selling process and make thousands of dollars. And at the same time, create a very satisfied and reliable long-term customer base. Here are some simple and quick must-know concepts for a car seller, dealer, dealership, or entrepreneur to understand to be able to sell a vehicle or to sell more vehicles to customers and create a satisfied and reliable long-term customer base. Do not sell a used vehicle or enter the car business until you have read this book. As you are reading, remember this: there is nothing wrong with making a lot of money, as long as you make it the right way. And it's not what you do, but rather how you do it. And further, it's not what you say, but rather how you say it. Again, I have been a successful car salesperson for about 18 years and a licensed car dealer for approximately 16 years. I have owned and ran my own dealership for about 14 years as well. Therefore, I know this business very well through my own experiences and can tell you what it takes to be successful in this business and how to maximize your money-making possibilities. This very short book will give you the absolute confidence from the beginning to the end of the car selling process of how to sell a vehicle and make thousands of dollars and create a very satisfied and reliable long-term customer base that will serve you well for a long time. This book is absolutely the way to minimize the price you pay for a vehicle and an absolute way to make sure you acquire quality vehicles and an absolute way to sell more vehicles and an absolute way to maximize the profit you make at the sale of the vehicle and an absolute way to get more customers and an absolute way to ensure you create a very satisfied and long-term customer base that will serve you well for a long time. If you do not know these concepts and car selling tips, you will certainly pay more for the price of the vehicle, and or you will be selling low quality vehicles and thus sell less vehicles, and or you will definitely make less profits, and you will not have many satisfied customers, and you will not be able to create a long-term satisfied customer base. Further, this book is short and straight to the point. This book is also very simple to follow, and all the concepts are disclosed in a way that is manageable, so you can master them easily and quickly and commit them to your memory or strategy and go into the car selling process with extreme confidence and make a lot of money and have a very happy and satisfied long-term customer base. By now, we all are aware that dealers, dealerships, salespeople, and sellers of vehicles make more when they sell the vehicle at a higher price. There is no secret that the seller's whole motivation is to sell a customer the vehicle at the highest price possible and or at the highest interest rates possible and or on the seller's terms. It is a very common practice in dealerships that the higher the salesperson sells the vehicle for, the higher the salesperson's commission. The higher the interest rate, the higher the salesperson's commission. The more the salesperson can convince the buyer to sign the contract closer to his terms, the higher the salesperson's commission. Therefore, it should not be a surprise to you that if you were to change this mindset and you become a seller with the mindset to create a satisfied customer, then you would be well on your way to outdoing the competition. Thus, you need to gain the most knowledge and develop strategies and tactics to create a satisfied customer base. It's simple. No customers, no business. This is just common sense. The concepts and the explanation of these concepts will certainly put you at a better advantage and stimulate growth for your business. These concepts are a must-know. This book entails a very concise and short but thorough, straight to the point, step-by-step guide on how to successfully sell more cars, make more money, and create a long-term satisfied customer base. Again, this book contains quick, must-know concepts that you need to understand to be able to sell a vehicle and or to be able to sell more vehicles and or to create a very satisfied long-term customer base. Keep reading, and the following pages will explain and expound on how each chapter and what each means in details, so you will understand each chapter thoroughly. Next, I will go over the table of contents. This is the table of contents for selling cars. First, we have the introduction, overview, and what you will learn in this book. Then we have an introduction. Then we have chapter 1, quality, honesty, and integrity, which includes its quality, honesty, and integrity that matters most. And where do I find the best deals on vehicles? Chapter 2, how to inspect a pre-owned vehicle before you buy or acquire it for resale. Step 1, check the VIN history. VIN stands for Vehicle Identification Number. Step 2, check the engine and transmission. Step 3, consider the miles. Step 4, check the basic mechanicals. Step 5, walk around the vehicle and observe everything. Step 6, check the body and paint work. Step 7, examine the interior to make sure it's nice. Step 8, test driving. Step 9, buy vehicles with manufacturer warranties. Step 10, buy the vehicle at a good price. Chapter 3, how to prepare the car for sale. Get the interior fresh, clean the exterior, get rid of the trunk junk, service the mechanics of the vehicle, take plenty of pictures of the vehicle. Chapter 4, how to market your vehicles. Create the best ad. Online promotion and marketing. Print advertisement. Offer service to meet customers' wants and needs. Chapter 5, how to engage and convince the customer to buy your quality vehicle. Step 1, build rapport. The meet and greet. Step 2, advertise a 100-point pre and post inspection. Step 3, offer dealer certified pre-owned vehicles. Step 4, offer various kinds of warranties. Step 5, offer various finance options. Step 6, fact finding and the guest sheet. Step 7, selecting the appropriate vehicle. Step 8, car presentation and test drive. Step 9, park the vehicle in the sold lane. Step 10, presenting numbers and negotiating offers. Step 11, break it down to the least possible figures. Step 12, seal the deal. Step 13, proper follow-up. Then we have the quick recap, the conclusion, and then the references. Please continue to an introduction. This is an introduction to selling cars. Anyone who has done car selling definitely knows that this business can deliver high paychecks. But there are some dry spells which could be rough, and you need to learn how to endure them. Sometimes customers can be really difficult, and many times you'll find it hard to figure out why some months feel like a drought and some are bonanzas. My name is Dr. Zeke, and I have been in the car business as a licensed car dealer for about 14 years. But I have been selling cars for about 16 years. In my 14 years of selling cars, I found that there is no precise formula to make each month perfect. However, I worked out a few strategies that can surely make the entire sales process smooth and less stressful. These strategies helped me sell more cars and earn a good living. If you're willing to listen and respect customers, you'll not only convince them to buy, you'll become a trusted partner they will count on for years, and most of the time, even for life. To become a successful car dealer or salesman and make more money, you need to focus on certain strategies and develop specific skills, which I have discussed in this book in detail. You don't need a college degree or a certificate from a trade school to master these abilities. You don't even need any auto industry familiarity to gain these skills. These skills are not something that is listed in any car salesman training manual. You can master these car selling skills if you apply yourself, fully focus, and be determined. If you work on fine-tuning these skills, then you'll definitely sell more cars and make more money. This book covers various topics like how to buy or acquire your cars for resale, how to prepare your car for sale, how to market your vehicle, and how to engage and convince customers to buy your car in an easy step-by-step chronological manner so that you can easily grasp everything smoothly and quickly. So, without further ado, let's get started. Move on to Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Quality, honesty, and integrity. Gone are the days when car salesmen could easily convince enough clients each month to sell more cars and earn easy money. Things are way different these days, and selling cars in the present day is getting more and more difficult and competitive as dealership showrooms are experiencing less and less traffic. People today prefer to do online research before stepping inside a showroom to buy a car. They don't take too much time at the showroom to think about which car to buy. Of course, there are some car buyers who don't perform online research. but their percentage is decreasing day by day. On an average, people today spend about 18 or more hours to do online research before deciding which vehicle to buy. Their knowledge regarding their choice of car is often more than the car salesman's. In all likelihood, they have full knowledge of the prices, current rebates, and any special offers from several dealers. So, it's quality, honesty, and integrity that matters most. To become a successful dealer or vehicle seller, first and foremost, you must have quality vehicles. That means cars, trucks, and SUVs. You must prepare your vehicles to ensure that the quality remains intact. We'll discuss that in detail in the coming chapters. Also, you need to be honest about your vehicles and the condition they are in, even if the vehicle has issues. Although you might need to cut down the price because of this, honesty will surely result in good word of mouth, which means more potential clients. If you're honest about your vehicle's condition, it will create trust in your client, which will eventually help your business in the long run. A good dealer or seller should also have some integrity to create a long-term and successful customer base and to have happy, satisfied customers. It means always doing the right thing and not cheating or making shortcuts. It takes years to build a positive reputation and only a few seconds to lose it. Therefore, never do anything that could damage your integrity. To be a successful dealer or car salesperson, you need to be at the top of your game. Right from your appearance to your extensive product knowledge, you'll need all the sales skills to engage and convince the modern day clients. If you start playing games and make up nonsense when you can't offer satisfying answers, the client will surely opt for your competitor. It is possible that the customer already knows the answers, and he or she is merely testing your knowledge and honesty. The client today expects a top quality service and assistance. If you don't provide quality vehicles, or you're not honest about the condition of your vehicles, you will certainly lose the trust of your client base. The car selling business is increasingly changing, so you'll need to make adjustments and innovate as needed. But quality, honesty, and integrity still matters most when selling cars today. The way you treat clients today will impact your overall business tomorrow. If you continue to be dishonest and play games with your customers, your dealership or car selling business won't survive for long. So, where do I find the best deals on vehicles? There is a myth that once you become a licensed dealer, the best place to find the cheapest vehicles is at the dealer-only auctions. Well, this is not entirely true, because every other dealer is at the dealer-only auction as well with the same thought in mind. Thus, automatically, this drives up the price of vehicles because the more bidders there are, the higher the price is driven upward, and thus there may be no good deals. There are many dealers at dealer-only auctions today, so the dealer-only auctions do not always have the best prices. However, sometimes you may get a good deal. Of course, you can wait towards the end of the dealer-only auctions after most of the other dealers have left and you may get some vehicles at cheaper prices. However, this does not always work either. There are a lot of licensed dealers at the dealer-only auctions, and therefore this may not be the best way for you to get the vehicles at their cheapest price. The best way to get your vehicles at the cheapest cost is to find sellers that very few or no other wholesale buyers know about. This could be accomplished in various ways, but the key is to be creative and find cars at a cheap price in any manner that you can. Sometimes you may find cars that individuals are selling at a cheap price and buy directly from them for cash. You may target certain public auctions that have very few buyers. You can target car rental places who sell their vehicles after they have finished renting them. You may even find better deals in small towns or even out of state. The point is, go where the good deals are. But one of the most important things you want to do is to make it known that you buy cars. When you market yourself as someone that buys cars, you allow sellers to come to you directly when they are in need of money or when they simply want to sell their vehicle fast. This way, you have no competition and will likely get the vehicle at a much cheaper price. Therefore, have a We Buy Cars sign, cards, website, print advertisement, and or network so people will know you buy cars directly with cash. Believe me, this is the cheapest way to buy cars because you can cut out the competition, the auctioneer, and the middleman. Now continue to Chapter 2. Chapter 2. How to inspect a pre-owned vehicle before you buy or acquire it for resale. Inspection of the pre-owned used vehicle is very important before you buy it for resale. The process will let you know whether the vehicle is worth buying or not. A good motto is, never sell anyone a vehicle that you yourself would not buy. How can you sell someone a vehicle that you yourself would not buy? That does not make good business sense. In other words, put yourself in the buyer's shoes first. Following are the steps to inspect a pre-owned vehicle. Step 1. Check the VIN history. The VIN stands for the Vehicle Identification Number. Checking the VIN history is the easiest task. You don't need to leave your home or business or get your hands dirty for that matter. This step is very important as it can practically end your inspection procedure before it even begins if you find bad reports. VIN history will tell you who were the prior owners, any damage history, possible odometer rollback, etc. Be very cautious if the VIN plate appears like it has been tampered with. Where to find the VIN? You can find the VIN on the driver's side dashboard where the dashboard meets the windshield. You can even find the VIN by opening the driver's side door frame where it appears like a manufacturer's sticker. If you are purchasing the vehicle from a private party, then make sure to cross-check the VIN with the vehicle's title and registration. If you are purchasing from a dealer, then make sure the VIN matches with both your registration paperwork as well as the contract. Run a vehicle identification number check through websites like Carfax and AutoCheck. These websites offer VIN search service and also provide vehicle history reports. These reports will help you to identify the hidden problems, if any, which might be unsafe or expensive to repair. Following are some of the helpful elements of the history reports provided by Carfax and AutoCheck. Identify the number of owners, any major noteworthy damage that has been detected, any accidents, lemon vehicles, junk, salvage, or theft recovered vehicles, odometer reading, odometer rollback or mileage inconsistency, damage from fire, flood, or hail, records of theft and liens or loans, vehicles used as fleet, taxis, or rentals. Step 2. Check the engine and transmission. You need to check all the fluids, oil, water or antifreeze, transmission fluid, etc., and consider the miles. It's not that difficult to check the fluids, but if you don't know how to do it, then have a mechanic to do the job. Check the oil. Use the oil dipstick. If the oil is gritty, milky, or brown looking, or very black, then do not buy the vehicle. A vehicle that exhibits these signs has possible engine problems, or soon it will have engine problems. If the oil is low, the vehicle may have oil leaks or could possibly burn oil. Oil leaks may be a minor or major repair. Check them out. If a vehicle is burning oil, it is not a good buy and will not last long. Check the water and coolant. Open the radiator and or overflow jug. If the water and or coolant appears oily, very dirty or gritty, or milky or brown looking, then do not buy the vehicle. A vehicle that shows these signs has engine problems, or soon it will have engine problems and the vehicle will not last long. If the water and or antifreeze are low, the vehicle may have system leaks. System leaks may be a minor or major repair. Check them out. Check the transmission fluid. Use the transmission dipstick to check the color of the fluid. It must be red and clean, or maybe even pink and clean. If the transmission fluid is very black, gritty, and or very dirty, then do not buy the vehicle. Or if you see metal shavings, do not buy the vehicle. A vehicle that shows these signs has possible transmission problems, or soon it will have transmission problems very soon. If the transmission fluid is low, the vehicle may have transmission leaks or could possibly burn transmission fluid. Transmission fluid leaks may be a minor or major repair. Check them out. Check engine lights and maintenance required lights. Check engine lights could mean something as simple as the gas cap being loose to major expensive engine or other repairs. So check it out and know what you are buying. Maintenance required lights generally mean the vehicle just needs regular servicing, such as an oil change, or other servicing, and then the indicator light needs to be reset. Step 3. Consider the miles. Miles on a vehicle is a very determinable factor when buying a used car. The miles can be a good determinant on how long the vehicle will last with your customer before they start spending money on repairs. Remember, you are trying to build a long-term customer base. If a car has high miles and has not been maintained properly, it is probably not a good buy. Depending on the make or manufacturer of a vehicle, after it reaches a certain number of miles, the vehicle will need major repairs. Foreign cars, especially European models, seem to get more miles than most American manufactured vehicles before they need repairs. But in general, yet also depending on your market, I would suggest staying away from American-made vehicles that have over 90,000 miles unless you don't mind spending money on repairs. For foreign vehicles, I would suggest not to buy those vehicles that have over 110,000 miles on them, unless of course you don't mind spending on repairs. Step 4. Check the basic mechanicals. This step will tell you about the health of the vehicle under the hood. You need to take a look under the hood and make it a regular practice pre and post test drive. Re-inspecting post test drive might show leaks that weren't there earlier or may have been steam cleaned away. The basic mechanicals. What to check under the hood. Check for any visible leaks from the engine. Check to see if you have a clean air filter. Check for dry rotted hoses or belts. Check for clear indications of spark plug wire damage. Check for rust on the battery and check the battery cables. Check any other clearly damaged parts. Note, stay away from the vehicle with rust, as rust will corrode the car internally. Following are some other important checks. Listen for engine noise by slightly accelerating the engine and holding at a slightly high idle to listen for unusual noises. Make sure the transmission is shifting through all gears smoothly. Turning the steering wheel farthest left and farthest right, listening for front end noises. Check to see if all other features are working, such as the AC, the air conditioner, the heat, radio, wipers, blinkers, windows, locks, and exhaust system, etc. Step 5. Walk around the vehicle and observe everything. You can learn a lot about a vehicle by just walking around and observing everything. It is one of the most important techniques to inspect a vehicle. You should inspect a car during daytime and good weather. While walking around, you should look for clear signs of damage, offset wheels, and abnormal lean towards one side or the other, any creases, any wavy panels, look for dings and dents, a trailer sign or hitch, any mismatched paint, and also look closer. After walking around and observing everything, it's time to look closer by touching and feeling the vehicle. Move your hand all over the car's body, on the roof, top of the hood, and trunk. Keep an eye on any variations in texture, dings, rust, dents, or paint cracks. A variation in texture can be a sign of previous body work. If the car has a lot of small little dings or dents, it can be an indication of hail damage. Inspect the rubber. The next step is to check the tires. Are the tires of the same brand? Are the tires worn out? Is the wearing even? If the outside of the tire looks near new and the inside is worn, then either the vehicle requires a wheel alignment or there is a suspension or front end problem. Also, match the miles to the wearing of the tires. If the car has only 10,000 miles but requires new tires, then you can imagine the way it was driven. Step 6. Check the body and paint work. If the vehicle has gone through some body and paint work, then in all likelihood, it has been in a wreck. Have a close look at the body and paint of the vehicle for indications of previous damage. Check the paint for orange peel, which is a sign that the vehicle has been painted. Most paint jobs done by manufacturers are glossy and smooth, but some cheap painters are infamous for orange peel paintwork. You need to match the panels of the vehicle. For example, check if the right rear quarter panel is orange peeled and the remaining panels are glossy and smooth. If so, then the vehicle has surely gone through some paint work. Following are some of the areas to look for body and paint work. Inspect the door handles and window moldings for signs of overspray. Overspray is a clear sign of a repainted vehicle. When brand new vehicles are painted at the factory, they have no moldings on them, so there shouldn't be any paint on the moldings. Inspect the engine compartment and door jambs for dissimilar colors. A cheap paint job typically won't cover these areas. Check for the fish eyes. A fish eye is when dirt or sand settles on the vehicle during a repaint job and is painted over or sticks to the paint while it's still wet. It results in a fish eye shape. Inspect the tape lines. Move your finger over the inner edge of the hood, close to the windshield, against the fenders. If you can feel them easily, then these are clear signs of a repaint job. You'll perhaps see it also. Inspect the bolts and check to see if these are turned. During the inspection, when you open the driver's side door and see any chrome on the hinge bolts attaching the door, then it is a clear indication that the door has been removed. All bolts on the hinges are painted from the factory only. Check all bolts on the hinges of the trunk, hood, and doors. Step number 7. Examine the interior to make sure it's nice. Customers like nice interior. So, the next step is the interior inspection of the vehicle. There are many things you need to look at, since some of these can be really expensive. So again, examine the interior. Check the overall condition. Check the seats for tears, burn holes, and for padding and comfort. Check the headliner for burn holes, discoloration, or drooping. Examine whether all doors open and close easily and smoothly. Check whether all power windows roll up and down smoothly. Check all the interior light bulbs and lenses. Examine all power door locks. Look under the dash covers for cracks. Check the horn. Examine all seat belts. Inspect the fluid sprayer and windshield wipers. Check the condition of the AC, the air conditioner. Check the radio and speakers. Check the mirrors, leveling seats, sliding doors, convertible top, sunroof, antenna, etc. In other words, check everything out before you buy. Step 8. Test driving. Take a test drive if possible. If you're buying from an auction and cannot test drive, then make sure there is a ride and drive guarantee on the vehicle. Following are methods of inspecting a pre-owned used car on a test drive. Make sure to drive the vehicle for at least 30 to 45 minutes and at least 30 to 40 miles or more if time allows. Because if the vehicle is going to run hot or malfunction in any manner, or if a check engine light is going to appear, in most instances it takes about this amount of time or miles driven for the vehicle to do such. So, during the test drive, drive the vehicle on both the streets and highway. Pay attention to any obvious noises. Drive at a safe place and apply the brakes a few times. Don't apply enough force to lose control. While applying the brakes, check for any pulling or softness and pay attention to screeching. Observe any abnormal pulling, shaking, or bouncing. Make sure the vehicle shifts through all transmission gears. Observe how the vehicle shifts through its gears. Notice any uneasy shifts and clunks. If the vehicle is a 4x4, then check to ensure it properly functions. Park the vehicle somewhere and then check each gear and observe any rough shifts or clunks. Drive, reverse, etc. Conduct a smoke check. Black smoke. It means the vehicle might require a tune-up. Blue smoke. It means the vehicle is burning oil. It also indicates that the engine requires restoration. White smoke. It means either the engine is burning coolant or water, or it has some transmission issues. After the test drive, again, take a look under the hood and under the vehicle for oil, transmission fluid, and water and or antifreeze leakages. Check for any other sorts of leakages. Step 9. Buy vehicles with manufacturer warranties. If possible, buy vehicles that still have manufacturer warranties. The manufacturer certified warranties can be transferred to a second buyer. The manufacturer warranties actually depend on the VIN and will remain valid irrespective of the ownership. Manufacturer warranties explained. Simply put, if you purchase a vehicle with a manufacturer warranty and resell it, the buyer will get the warranty coverage that you first received. So, for the new owner, the warranty will still remain valid until the date of expiration. We will get into warranties in a little more detail in Chapter 5. Step 10. Buy the vehicle at a good price. If you wish to earn good profits in this business, you need to buy a vehicle as cheaply as possible. Only then can you make money. You have to take emotions out of the equation while picking a car to buy. You just can't buy any vehicle of your preference and hope that people will be dying to buy it from you. If you wish to make serious cash in this business, you'll have to learn the art of negotiation. Be honest with yourself. What is the maximum you can pay for the particular vehicle to turn a decent profit? Set the limit and begin with a lower figure than the set limit. After that, gradually work your way to the set limit. I recommend you to always have the cash on hand because that's the key to seal the deal at a lower price. If you offer to pay right on the spot, there are solid chances that you can get the desired vehicle at a lower price and save everyone the time and formalities of meeting again. If the price doesn't meet your set limit, just walk away. Always keep emotions out of the equation since you're buying the vehicle for the profit and the quality factor only. Now move forward to Chapter 3. Chapter 3. How to prepare the vehicle for sale. Just like you prepare your home or anything else before selling, you also need to prepare a pre-owned used car for the sale. Following are the tips on how to prepare your used car for sale. Get the interior fresh. Clients love nice and clean interior. Simply put, it's the interior that counts. To impress your client in the first meeting, just follow these tips. Sparkling interior. Remove all the clutter under the seats. Change the dome light bulbs if they are not working. Change the dome lens cover if it is dingy, burnt, black, or brown looking. Treat the leather seats. Wash the cloth seats. Locate all the spots and clean them. Pull everything out between the seats. Use a strong vacuum to clean the carpets. After that, shampoo if necessary. Put carpet protectors on the floors. Get all the glass polished. Clean the dashboard. Clean the cup holders. Repair loose door handles. Check to see if the parking brake and the hood release properly function. Examine all the switches to ensure they still function. Play the CDs in the audio system to ensure everything is fine. Check how quickly the AC and the heater functions. Check all the seat belts and ensure they are accessible. Declutter the glove compartment. Make sure that only the registration, the insurance papers if needed, and the owner's manual are inside. Purchase a substitute owner's manual if the original is missing. It creates a good and long-lasting impression. Clean the exterior. The exterior can be the hardest as well as the easiest part of the vehicle to prep. The easy task is to give it a good wash. But if it has been neglected for a long time, then the prep job can be really difficult as it will consume a lot of money and time. So follow these steps. Get rid of any bumper stickers from your vehicle. If the door or trunk hinges squeak, apply some oil. Lubricate them. Buff out slight scratches on the vehicle. Change the damaged and cracked light housings. Clean the tail lights, headlights, and the outside glass. Change the old gas cap with a new one and clean the area around it. A dirty cap may indicate possible fuel line issues. Shine up the wheels and tires and get the air pressure checked. If the tires are in bad shape, just change them. If everything fails, get it professionally done. Get rid of the trunk junk. Make sure that there is no moisture in the trunk. Place the jack and the spare tire where they actually belong. Clean up and repaint the rusty jacks if needed. Declutter the trunk area and keep it as clean as possible. Service the mechanics of the vehicle. Hire a good ASE certified mechanic to have a look at the vehicle. Your mechanic can point out possible issues and how to fix them. It's better to know all the potential problems in advance before the client finds them when they conduct their inspection. Follow these tips. Clean the battery, or if it's old, just replace it. Service the brakes. Tighten the belts or change them if needed. Change all oils, fluids, so it appears clean on the dipstick. Remove any leaves or twigs from the engine section. Fill up the windshield washer fluid. Replace the air filter with a new one if needed. However, change it a couple of weeks before showing the car to a potential customer. An unspoiled air filter might raise a doubt. Change the burnt out headlights and tail lights. Take plenty of pictures of the vehicle. After getting the interior and exterior sparkling, the next step is to take lots of pictures of the vehicle and upload them on the internet. Post honest photos, no Photoshop work. Search for the latest car photos on the net to learn how to shoot photos of your vehicle. Or take shots of all four sides of the outside and several pictures of the inside, and pictures of any special features such as sunroofs, etc. Take pictures of your vehicle fresh from the wash. Take pictures from every possible angle. Shoot during daytime and good weather. Size the pictures for emailing because big pictures take more time to download. Never post or send pictures of expensive accessories. Now continue to Chapter 4. Chapter 4. How to market your vehicles. Advertise your vehicle by crafting a compelling ad that truthfully describes your vehicle while stressing more on its finest features. Then post it on the internet or newspaper, distribute flyers, or simply put a for sale sign on the vehicle's window. Following are some tips to advertise your vehicle. Create the best ad. Step 1. Craft a compelling text. Write as many truthful details as possible about your vehicle's condition, mileage, model, etc. The more information you give, the lesser random questions you will face from the potential customers. Avoid cheap phrases and go through the ad's text many times to make sure that it sounds simple, friendly, and appealing. For instance, if your vehicle has a clean accident record, then stress on this point in your ad and offer a vehicle history report upon request. Other details which you can stress on are cost-saving features such as excellent gas mileage or any extended or manufacturer warranties. Anything that is a good feature about the vehicle that you are selling, make sure to make it a part of the ad and/or photos. Clients always look for such features and warranties. Step 2. Mention correct price. Websites like Edmunds or Kelley Blue Book offer instant vehicle evaluation. You can enter your vehicle's information on these websites to get an instant assessment. The other way to assess the appropriate price for your vehicle is to hunt the local classified ads to check if similar cars are on sale. After doing the appraisal task, settle for a price that you're comfortable with. Don't forget to add the cost of any overhauling and/or repair work. Also, bear in mind that the client will negotiate with you. In your ad, offer the prospective customers some details about your openness to negotiations. Step 3. Provide as many photos as possible. Customers would prefer to see the pictures of your vehicle before they approach you. It allows them to imagine themselves in a vehicle when they can actually see the pictures of it. Post as many photos as possible online. If you are making a flyer, include 1 or 2 pictures of the best features of your vehicle. If possible, add pictures of both the exterior and interior. Be creative while clicking photos. Take shots from various good angles. I really suggest taking a photo of all 4 sides of the outside, front, rear, left side, right side, and some photos of the interior. If you can, post a video ad if you have your own website. Online promotion and marketing. Step 1. Choose a minimum of 3 spots to advertise. To get more positive responses from the prospective customers, choose a minimum of 3 spots to advertise. You can opt for various marketing methods like distributing flyers, the newspaper, picking a combination of websites, or go all online. To avoid any confusion, just ensure that you post the same details about your vehicle on all of these platforms. If you change your selling terms, make sure to update all of your flyers and online postings accordingly. Step 2. Promote on sales websites such as Craigslist, AutoTrader, eBay Motors. Various websites such as Craigslist, AutoTrader, and eBay Motors allow its users to post a used car ad along with videos or pictures. Visit these websites and read their terms and conditions thoroughly. Also, check other details like what do they charge for posting and what is the duration of running the post, etc. Some websites will remove all ads after a week or 2. It means that you'll have to sign in again and repost your ad from time to time. Some websites have a rather clear-cut classifieds format where you have to enter all the details of your vehicle and wait for their response. Many sites like eBay Motors have an auction format. It means that your car could be sold at a fixed price or a preset minimum reserve price. Step 3. Use social networking sites. Post some good photos of your vehicle on various social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, etc. and share it with your friends to let them know that you are selling it. Tell them to further spread the details around. Make sure to check your messages and emails regularly after posting the pictures. You can even network with your colleagues, family, and friends in person. Tell them to contact you if they know anyone who is interested in buying a used vehicle and offer them all the vehicle details if they find anyone. You can also offer a cash bonus if they find a buyer. Step 4. Create a website. You can create your own website to advertise and sell your cars. Or you can hire a web designer to create an eye-catching website for you. In the website, post as many pictures as possible of all the vehicles in your inventory. Create multiple pages like home, inventory, application, find your dream car, we buy cars, payment calculator, and contact us, etc. Provide full details about the types of services your dealership offers, such as vehicle financing and or car buying services. Or, if you are a solo practitioner, include those details. Add some videos to describe your dealership services or your solo practice services, or whatever your business practices entail. Offer facilities like online application forms. Print advertisement. Step 1. Put an ad in the local newspaper. Most local newspapers and journals have a dedicated section to classified listings. Depending on the size of your ad and circulation of the newspaper, it can be a cost-effective way to market your vehicle. Here's an example of a simple newspaper ad. Reliable car for sale. 2016 Audi A6 Premium Plus. Black, front-wheel drive, 125,000 miles, 4-cylinder, 4-door, electric roof, luxury black leather, single owner, vehicle history and maintenance records available upon request. Desired price, $37,000. Call 817-555-5555 for further details. Step 2. Distribute flyers. Produce a simple flyer with a clear photo of your vehicle, the asking price, some information on the make and model, and most importantly, your contact details. Print the flyers on colored paper to attract more attention. But ensure that the appearance of your vehicle's picture doesn't get distorted. Distribute flyers everywhere. At the church, library, gym, and even your local grocery store. You can even attach them to your office message boards. However, get prior approval before posting. Make a round after every few days to check whether the flyers are still there. Offer service to meet customers' wants and needs. Help them find their dream car. Offer a service to help your clients find the specific vehicle they need or want. Provide them a questionnaire to fill out asking them about the type of vehicle they want or need to buy. The questionnaire should include some of the following: their name, email address, phone number, desired make and model, desired submodels, preferred color, preferred mileage, preferred type of interior, leather or cloth, sunroof, whether or not desired, manual or automatic transmission, and their price range. After getting all the information, you can then start looking for a vehicle that your client needs or wants to buy. After finding the vehicle, assess it properly and call your client to discuss the situation. Now continue to Chapter 5. You have now reached Chapter 5. How to engage and convince the customer to buy your quality vehicle. To become a successful car dealer or salesman and make more money, you need to focus on certain strategies and develop specific skills. Follow these tips to engage and convince your customer of buying your quality vehicle. Step 1. Build rapport. The meet and greet. People won't buy merchandise or goods from someone whom they don't like, and even if they buy, they won't prefer to pay much. As a car dealer or salesman, you have a very short time to impress your client. So always remain prepared beforehand. Look for some common ground to begin the conversation with your potential customer and then carry on smoothly. It will make them feel more comfortable and they will certainly pay attention to your conversation. The first step, build rapport, the meet and greet. It's pretty clear cut. You meet with the prospective customer for the first time and you have about 20 seconds to create the first big impression. So, be pleasant and upbeat, dress professionally, brush your teeth to get rid of bad breath, have good eye contact, and definitely listen to your potential customer and respond to their questions and concerns. Remember, you want them to trust your professional judgment. Step 2. Advertise a 100-point pre and post inspection. Impress the potential customer by advertising a 100-point pre and post inspection that your dealership performs on all the vehicles in your inventory. Tell your customer how a vehicle is thoroughly checked out before you buy it or even accept it. Let them know that a pre-inspection of that vehicle is done by your ASE certified mechanics before your dealership buys it or acquires it. And a post-inspection is done, which means that your ASE certified mechanics will check the vehicle once again and make sure that the vehicle is thoroughly ready for the customer before they purchase it. Step 3. Offer dealer certified pre-owned vehicles. Offer your customers dealer certified pre-owned vehicles. These vehicles go through a 100-point pre-inspection, like we discussed in the previous step, before the dealership accepts any vehicle into their inventory. Their ASE certified mechanics check that vehicle thoroughly even before it is accepted or bought by the dealer. Once the dealer accepts that vehicle and prepares it to sell to a customer, the vehicle goes through another inspection process, post-inspection. The ASE certified mechanic again makes sure that everything is tight and right before delivering the vehicle to the customer. Step 4. Offer various kinds of warranties. Warranties are absolutely one of the greatest selling points or features. Some potential customers will not purchase a vehicle without a warranty. A warranty guarantees certain things, and if those certain things break down, the warrantor will fix them. Therefore, if possible, offer your customers different kinds of warranties, such as manufacturer warranties. These types of warranties come from the manufacturer of that particular vehicle. However, these warranties differ for each manufacturer or maker of that vehicle. The manufacturer certified warranties can be transferred to a second buyer. Such warranties actually depend on the VIN number and will remain valid irrespective of the ownership until the date of expiration. If there is a problem under the warranty, you simply take it to the manufacturer and they will rectify the problem. Extended warranties. Offer extended warranties to your client to save them huge sums of money on future repairs. Extended warranties come with different types of coverage that covers various components and parts of the vehicle. Such warranties include powertrain, stated components, exclusionary bumper-to-bumper, and WRAP, W-R-A-P. You or your customer can choose what is covered. It's their or your choice. Your own personal and or dealer warranty. You can offer your own personal and or dealer warranty on specific components and parts of the vehicle. You can even offer dealer and or personal warranties on upholstery or paint job. As the dealer, it is your choice. Again, a warranty is something that simply guarantees the customer certain things and makes the customer feel more secure about the purchase. Step 5. Offer various finance options. Offer cash vehicles. Offer your customers vehicles for cash options. It means that you offer to negotiate the price of the vehicle if the customer is ready to pay for the vehicle in cash. There are some dealerships that don't offer such deals. So, you can have an edge over them by offering vehicles for cash. In other words, in most cases, cash allows the seller to offer the vehicle at a lower price. Offer outside financing and or in-house financing, which is sometimes called tote the note. Offer your customers outside and or in-house financing options. Outside financing can be done from a network of lenders which are connected with your dealership or by using third-party finance institutions like credit unions or banks. And in-house financing, also known as a tote the note, refers to those dealers who offer customers with bad credit or otherwise an opportunity to buy a vehicle by paying a down payment to the dealer and then paying a monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly payment directly to the dealer. You can also offer in-house financing rather than use any third-party finance institutions. Step 6. Fact-finding and the guest sheet. Fact-finding. This step is very important for any aspiring car salesman or dealership. You provide the potential client a guest sheet to fill out. In the guest sheet, the customer will enter some personal information such as address, phone number, and other specific details. You have to convince your customer to fill out all the details if they're not willing to share it. This information is really crucial if they don't buy a vehicle that same day. You can contact them at a later time. The other crucial element is to keep the customer from losing focus. You need to assess your client as much as possible by asking questions like, what are their needs and or wants? Will they prefer to get the vehicle financed? If so, what would be the monthly payments that they would prefer? If they're cash buyers, then how much their budget is. You need to understand the buyer's core needs instead of getting a useless laundry list of desires. Here, fact-finding becomes very important as it will help you during the entire sales process. Fact-finding will help in handling things throughout the car negotiation process. Even a little information gathered by you will be immensely helpful in closing the deal. Following are some examples. Safety features preference, small payments, more space for the children and family, better fuel economy, preferred color, preferred design such as sporty, sunroof, who is the main driver, is he or she the decision maker in the buying process? If they buy with cash, then how much is their budget? If they want to get it financed, then what is their down payment range? What is the most important thing they want in their vehicle? Keep in mind to gather as much information as possible by listening carefully to what the customer is saying. Do not interrupt your customers when they are talking. Pay close attention to what they want and do not think about how much money you'll be making by sealing the deal. Step 7. Selecting the appropriate vehicle. This step involves selecting the appropriate vehicle. A good car salesman or dealer who has been listening to their client and has full knowledge of their inventory will show the customer the appropriate vehicle that suits both their wants and needs. The vehicle shown by you should meet your client's needs. However, it needs to fulfill only some of their wants to successfully close a deal. Your car selling skills come in handy in such situations. This strategy, if properly executed, can be very effective and beneficial. Impress your clients by offering them a VIN history report on your vehicles from websites like AutoCheck or Carfax. Focus and stress what is best about the particular vehicle. You need to know your vehicle inside and out, particularly the technical aspects and not just the features, since the customers nowadays usually do advanced research on the internet. Step 8. Car presentation and test drive. The next step is the car presentation and test drive. You need to give your customer a complete walk around of the vehicle while stressing on the key benefits and special features of the vehicle. Put emphasis on those key benefits and exclusive features which you think your customer likes and that are most important in accordance with the fact-finding job you carried out earlier. Make sure to start the test drive by driving the vehicle yourself with your customer as a passenger and head off to a preset route. You should typically drive for approximately 5 to 10 minutes while explaining to your customer all the extra benefits and special features of the vehicle. After that, stop the vehicle somewhere nice, if possible, in order to augment the beauty of the vehicle. Now, it's the client's turn to drive back. While the customer is driving back, remain as quiet as possible and allow your customer to feel the vehicle. Let them feel a mental ownership of the vehicle. It doesn't mean that you should not answer their questions, but avoid talking aimlessly about the benefits and features of the vehicle. Let them play with the radio. Adjust the seat, program the radio stations, adjust the mirrors, and enjoy a great ride back to the dealership. Step 9. Park the vehicle in the sold lane. After the test drive, park the vehicle somewhere in eyeshot of the desk where the customer can clearly see the vehicle during price negotiations. It will help to remind them of the great experience they had during the test drive and also keep that feeling high. The motive behind this is to turn their high feeling into a closed deal and a great buying experience. Another way to know whether or not the client is interested in the car is to ask them to park the car in the sold lane after the test drive. This step will let you know where your client stands. If they're interested in buying the vehicle, they won't object to parking it in the sold lane. But if they're not interested, then they'll simply let you know. Step 10, presenting numbers and negotiating offers. This step is where you would be looking to get one of the following: written commitment, cash payment, signed credit application. The main objective is to get the buyer to say yes to the first numbers you offer them. It may or may not happen, but it will certainly start the negotiation process. Written commitment. A written commitment is pretty simple. You begin with the sale price, for example, $20,000. The down payment, for example, is $4,000. The payments of $300 for 72 months. The key objective of presenting numbers is to get your customer to commit to buying at some price. Don't expect the customer to say yes instantly. If they say yes, then quickly seal the deal or take them to the finance office. If they counter with their own numbers, you'll know where they stand. Start negotiating and slowly work your way to the price which you're comfortable with. Cash payment. The cash payment is also pretty simple. If the customer is ready to pay in cash for the vehicle, then you can offer to negotiate the price downward. You can also cite other points, such as it will lower the overall cost of the vehicle and eliminate their finance charges. The ultimate objective should be to get the cash payment and make the profit. Signed credit application. A credit application is a big promise from the customer. Once they sign this application form, you can consider the deal, in all likelihood, a closed deal, unless the customer's credit history says otherwise. I have rarely seen deals not ending up in sales when a credit application is obtained. Therefore, you can stress on getting the credit application signed to successfully seal a deal. Step 11. Break it down to the least possible figures. $25 a month equals 83 cents a day. You should learn how to break the figures down to the least possible numbers and relate that cost to something lighthearted. For example, a $25 extra payment in a month is only 83 cents a day. The McDonald's menu would cost you more than that. You can own this car for less than a pack of gum a day. You can easily afford this beauty if you smoke fewer cigarettes a day, and you'll live longer too. Some clients get really stressed while negotiating a deal, and this can help to lighten their mood and enable them to make a buying decision. You will also help to explain that $25 is not such a big payment. Breaking it down to the least possible figures, from dollars to cents, seems sensible as it demonstrates how easy it is to pay in small amounts. Step 12. Seal the deal. If the customer agrees with everything that you offer, for example, the price, payments, and other terms and conditions, then congratulations. You have sold the car like a pro. Now it's time to seal the deal without wasting another second. Prepare a deal jacket and get copies of the following: bank requirements, such as utility bills, pay stub, and references, etc. Their driver's license, their insurance card. You may also need to take the vehicle back for posted inspection, put some gas in the vehicle, order parts and or accessories as per the negotiations. Step 13, proper follow-up. Thank you. Customer service should be one of your top priorities if you want to be a successful car dealer. This step is very important to spread a positive word of mouth. Follow up with your clients either with a phone call or through emails to thank them for buying the vehicle from your dealership. If the buyer bought a vehicle from you, then you must follow up within 2 to 3 days to resolve any problems they might have and ensure they are fully pleased with their buy. You must also ask for referrals of any colleagues, family members, or friends that your customer thinks may be interested in buying a vehicle. Referral and repeat business is very important if you wish to make more money in the car selling business. If the customer didn't buy the vehicle, then you should also remain in touch with them to find out what went wrong and what you need to do to get them to buy a vehicle from you in the future. This will also possibly give you further insight to the next potential customers. Congratulations! You have now successfully completed this book, and therefore you are now ready to successfully sell cars. Nevertheless, please proceed to the next section for important information and a quick recap of everything that we have covered. Here is a brief, quick recap on selling cars. This book is absolutely the way to minimize the price you pay for a vehicle and an absolute way to make sure you acquire quality vehicles and an absolute way to sell more vehicles and an absolute way to maximize the profit you make at the sale of the vehicle and an absolute way to get more customers and an absolute way to ensure you create a very satisfied and long-term customer base that will serve you well for a long time. Here is a quick recap of what we have covered in this book if you need a refresher on a certain chapter. We discussed why quality, honesty, and integrity are so important in the car selling business. We discussed where and how to find the best price deals on vehicles. We discussed all the important steps to inspect a pre-owned used vehicle before you buy for resale, such as checking the VIN history, engine and transmission, the basic mechanicals, the body and paintwork, etc. We discuss how to prepare the vehicle for sale, like getting the interior sparkling, cleaning the exterior, getting rid of the trunk junk, servicing the mechanics of the vehicle, and taking plenty of pictures of the vehicle, etc. We discussed top strategies to market your vehicles, such as creating the best ad, online promotion and marketing, print advertisement, and offering a service to meet customers' wants and needs. We discussed the strategies to engage and how to convince the customer to buy your quality vehicle, such as advertising a 100-point pre- and post-inspection, offering dealer-certified pre-owned vehicles, offering manufacturer warranties, extended warranty, or other similar warranties, and offering cash vehicles. outside financing and or in-house financing. We also discuss top car selling tips like building rapport, the meet and greet, fact finding and the guest sheet, selecting the appropriate car presentation and test drive, parking the vehicle in the sold lane, presenting numbers, breaking it down to the least possible figures, sealing the deal, and proper follow-up. Now proceed to the conclusion. This is the conclusion to selling cars. To be a successful car dealer and or salesman, you need to stop considering this business as just selling a vehicle to the buyer. You need to deem it as a combination of psychology and art. Your personality, your authenticity, your honesty, integrity, appearance, and your skills to convince all play a huge role in building your dealership or sole proprietorship brand and or whatever your car selling business entails. Many customers will walk into your dealership, business, or approach you with a negative perception based on their past experience with another car dealer. Therefore, it's your responsibility to change their mindset into something positive for their own benefit and yours. Thus, you need to show them your knowledge and skills. You need to educate them with your expertise. You need to be professional, and you need to let them know you mean exactly what you are saying. Your body language should convey your confidence and good intention. This way, the customer will believe that you will get them the best deal possible and that they can trust you. In this book, we have successfully discussed in detail about various topics like how to prepare your vehicle for sale, how to market your vehicle, and how to engage and convince customers to buy your vehicle in an easy step-by-step chronological manner. Well, this brings our book to an end. We sincerely believe that this book will immensely assist you in selling more cars every month and help you make more money with great success. And please remember this: there is nothing wrong with making a lot of money as long as you make it the right way. And it's not what you do, but rather how you do it. And further, it's not what you say, but rather how you say it. Thanks again for reading this book. Now you are ready for the car selling business. Thank you and good luck. Dr. Ezekiel Fears Zeke. Congratulations, you are now ready. References are as follows: Carfax.com, Autocheck.com, ASE.com, DrZeke'sAutoSales.com, Photographs Courtesy, DrZeke'sAutoSales.com, various websites like Pixabay, Life of Pix, Gratisography, etc., affiliated to Creative Commons 0 CC0 license. These websites provide free stock images for commercial use. Logos courtesy goes to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Craigslist, AutoTrader, and eBay Motors. Congratulations, you are now ready. But again, like and subscribe to be automatically notified of more educational material. Be educated, be motivated, be smart, be in the know, and be ahead in the game. Subscribing to this channel will give you these advantages. Life can be looked upon as a game, so why not be in the know and be ahead in the game? Like, share, and subscribe.
Whoop.